So yeah, opinions on how to become a bodybuilder always is just train. Always start. The foundation is always what? Just training and getting in the gym, enjoying training before you even consider getting on stage. That's my opinion on it. Like, I feel like too many people want to be bodybuilders, but they ain't got no years behind them or no years of training or consistency, and then they just want to get on stage and show
Yeah,
physique. But
well,
it's like,
that's something I need to build before. So before you start doing anything at all, you need a foundation, and your body is the foundation. So it's years of training. How would you say it takes nowadays? Like looking at the
'cause-
bodybuilding scene, like looking at the bodybuilders nowadays. If you're like a beginner, just starting off, training for yourself, dieting for yourself,
Because end
how
of the day,
long do you think
what
it
is
takes?
bodybuilding? It's getting on stage and showing your physique in it.
Yeah, yeah,
So you can't do that in the space of a year if you're a beginner.
exactly. So how long do you
If you
think?
do, obviously you ain't gonna look as good as you probably can if you give yourself 3 4 years in it. You know what I mean? So this is where people go wrong. They just want to be bodybuilding, but they ain't building the foundations in it. You're not training hard. You're not eating correct. You're not sleeping
Mm.
properly. Your routine's all over the place. You got no structure, and you want to be this bodybuilder, but implement all that into your routine first before you can consider getting on stage in it. Like that's how I see it. So, what about yourself? How do you see it?
Definitely it takes time. It's more complex. It's different for women, different for male.
Hundred
So shall
percent,
we just start there? I
Yeah,
feel like the so now we have the fit model division and bikini building. I guess that is like when you go consistently to the gym and you're female and you have like a toned body and some muscle into it, and you just want to diet down and like do a first show. I'd say it's like a year, two physique. You could like 2 years definitely you could build up to look decent on the stage and to be competitive, because what you're doing bodybuilding is to be competitive, so to compete against other
yeah,
people. So yeah, you do it for fun, but you don't wanna, you do wanna
yeah.
grab the medal as well.
Self development as well, innit? So like, I feel like bodybuilding gives you some sort of discipline. Like, especially for myself, like the 7 years of training I did before I even got on stage, compared to the 4 5 years, so 3 4 years I've done now,
Mm.
whilst I've been competing and stuff, I've had a lot more discipline implemented in, not even just in the gym, I'm talking outside the gym, staying away from certain places just because of training and sleeping and stuff like that. And I feel like that is the most important bit, you know what I mean, when it comes to like bodybuilding, is you got to make sure you can fit it into your life. Like, it's not just going gym and eat your food. You have to make sure, like, around you, your family, everyone's like, there you get it, and you just kind of
Yeah.
go towards it. So
Before, how long did it take you as a natural male bodybuilder to get into the stage? Like how many years did that
like I
take?
said, I did 7 years of training,
Okay.
and then I think my first, because this is where I went wrong, was my first prep. I didn't do an off season. I just went straight on the prep from 7 years of training.
Just
But
diet down.
that's because like, like, how do I say this? So I think 2 years before that, in my head, I wanted to compete. I wanted to compete. Lockdown came, had so much stuff going on in my life, whatever. Yeah, that just kept dragging me down to a point where when I did prep, I dieted so hard for 17 weeks that I didn't want to do it again. But then, like I said just now, to see where the discipline kicks in, I thought to myself, let me give myself a proper off season this time around. Let me actually fit in structure. Let me actually fit in a routine and actually live this life in it. So that's what I did. I'm talking 7 8 years of training. So in that 1 year of off season, I think I made more gains than I did in my 7 years of training, just because I did everything properly. I had a structure, had a routine. I ate meals like accordingly, certain foods, and then from there I did the off season, and then as we moved on, boom, I just done my second season last
But
year.
I
So
was trying to make the same mistake as you did. So the first time I got into it, I was like, well, I've been training for a couple of years. Like, I want to just diet down. Like you,
yeah,
I want to just have these abs. I want to look shredded. So I was like, looking for coaches, and I found a coach that I'm currently with, Joanna. Hi. And
big up
I
to
asked her, "Oh, can I step on stage?" And she looked at me. She was like, "Not yet." And I didn't understand that at the time. I was like, I just want to get onto that stage. I just want to diet down. Like, I know I can do it.
How was your first prep though? How was the feeling? That's what we gotta talk about. The
Yeah.
first prep, the first feeling, that shit feeling, that
Yeah.
depression, that is the worst.
Well, what we like to say is the worse it feels, the better you're gonna look.
But I feel like in general as well, for anyone that's dieting as well, the first fat loss you ever do is always going to be the
The
hardest.
hardest, yeah.
Always
Yeah,
going
that's
to be
actually
the
true.
hardest, no matter whether you're competing or you're just doing a general fat loss phase. That first fat loss phase, because your hormones are not used to having such low body fat, you're going to be all over the place. No matter how professional you are, how whatever you are, you can ask anyone. The first fat loss phase is always the hardest in anyone's life. So yeah,
It's got its ups
if
and
you're feeling shit
downs.
right now and you're doing a fat loss, just keep your head up. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You get it. So just stick to the plan. Obviously, the mental health side of bodybuilding as well, like especially as for someone that competes, even just someone just trying to get into training, like how to overcome it. What are the best things to work around the barriers and stuff like that?
I feel like there's a lot of work that goes around your mindset. It's like you shaping in your head what you got to be, not what you want to be, but who you have to be actually a bodybuilder. To be able to put yourself through this hard training, this hard diet, to be able to say no, to be able to say no to food, to be able to say no to people, because sometimes the goal have to be higher than whatever is happening in your life.
Mm. And it's like end of the day, if you're looking to compete, it's your own choice in it.
Yeah.
Like you made a choice to get on stage,
Yeah.
you made a choice to die, you
No,
made a
the
choice to
most
do.
annoying comment I always get, like when I'm on prep or when I'm dieting down and people look at my plate or look at the lunchbox that I bought with myself and they'll be like, "Oh, I feel sorry for you." And I always say,
I
"Why
don't.
you feel
I don't.
No, you don't."
I don't know for myself.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for myself.
But always tell people, "Why you feel sorry for me? I chose that life."
Don't get me wrong. It's like the more preps you do, the more diets you do, the more mentally you become stronger. So like my first one, I think I went through mental health on my first prep because, like I said, it was a hard 17-week prep from having no structure, no nothing, and then dieting down really hard. I probably crashed 4 or 5 times in that prep. I had chocolates, I had food. I was just
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
emotional. I was an emotional
Yeah.
wreck. You get it.
Yeah.
But then when you do an off season, you come back and you tap back in. You start build. This is where you learn structure and you learn discipline and you learn
Yeah.
like you have to go through it
Yeah.
once hard and then you know what not to do, what to do, what etc. I get it. So then
Yeah.
when I done my last season now last year, it was just easy because I think I done like 32, 33 weeks straight of dieting, but it didn't feel like I was dieting because you're so tapped in and you're just training, you're in a routine with work, whatever you're doing, clients, your own stuff, you're just ticking boxes, it becomes easier. So this is why I say having structure, routine, if you want to compete, is
Yeah.
important. Because if you're just gonna wing it, you're gonna crash. You're gonna
I
die,
feel like
bruv. You're gonna die, bruv.
you got to make those mistakes though.
Yeah. So obviously, like I said, my first one was hard because I didn't expect how hard it was gonna be. You get
Yeah.
it. So then when
But
you
how are
go
you
through
gonna
it,
get back if you don't make that mistake?
yeah,
How
but
are you
like I
gonna
said,
learn?
yeah, you rather go through it, man. But that's if you want to compete and you want to
Yeah.
take your physique. Because I always say as well, getting shredded is easy, but getting competition ready shredded is a whole
Yeah,
nother level.
it is.
Because you can be 4 or 5% body fat and it's still not enough to win a show. Like you have
Yeah.
to grind and grind and
Yeah.
grind.
So what it is, what people most people don't understand is that they always ask, "Oh, so what's your body fat percentage?" We never know because we aim for the look. We don't aim for the scale. We don't aim for the body percentage. So we never actually know what percentage we are.
Yeah. So
Um.
so mentally, how did that affect you though? Like when you're wearing clothes and then you're losing your weight and then you're not fitting into your clothes. How did that mentally affect you? You get it?
I actually got two wardrobes. Expensive.
Because I know, like, say for example, this jumping out, it fits
Yeah.
nice on me. But I know if I diet down and I'm coming down and it's baggy
You
on
know
me,
what?
my confidence goes because I look good in clothes. Like I wear clothes, look good in clothes, in it.
So
So
it's
it's
opposite
like,
for male and woman.
yeah,
Yeah. For me, it's obviously I feel better when my clothes are more loose on me when I'm, when I have the abs, when I'm smaller.
yeah.
But for men, it's that you're trying to get big, you're trying to have that muscle, and then we dieting down. You're obviously
Like,
gonna
'cause you
get
gotta remember,
smaller.
like, mentally as well, it can get to you, like, not fitting in clothes. You're going to the gym, you're training, you feel shit already because of the diet. You're feeling shit because of low body fat. Then your
Yeah,
clothes ain't fitting, and you're training. No one's looking at you because obviously you look so small in your clothes, and it's like, what am I doing this for? Trust me, you
yeah,
know this
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
When you're
yeah,
4 weeks out, 6 weeks out, your mental health starts kicking in.
yeah.
This is where you gotta tap in. You gotta think, yo, this is what I chose to do it. So I would say as
With the
well,
glycogen levels,
don't
is
go
you
by how you
dieting
feel. You got it.
down.
Don't go by how you feel. Just stick to the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So from a mental health perspective, when you're at your lowest, who do I go to?
The coach with obviously if you got a coach, but I always say as well, if you're competing, get a coach. Like
Yeah.
this is what something I learned as well. 'Cause obviously, when I was young, I always had not
Yeah.
ego, but like, I don't need a coach. I don't need this. I don't need that. I know what I'm doing. But then there's looking, like I said, there's looking good, and then there's getting ready for a stage in it, because you gotta have someone looking at you constantly. So having a coach is good. So if you are feeling low and your mental health's kicking in, always message the person that's you're paying, or the person that's looking at you, your coach, in it.
Yeah.
They're the best person to give you advice. They can
They're
kind of.
there to guide you. They're not there to judge you. First of all,
I feel like it's like a safe haven as well.
it
Like
is.
just getting that comfort of your coach, and getting that comfort, getting that reassurance. Okay, look, I don't look shit. I feel shit. I don't look shit. I'm still on track. Because when you feel shit, if you ain't got that reassurance,
Yeah.
you're gonna start overthinking. You're gonna start you're gonna want to start eating shit. You
Yeah.
get it? So having that
It's always like
accountability.
transparency as well. Like when you do something wrong, when you step off your diet, when you have something that you shouldn't be having, when you're transparent with your coach, they can always fix it.
Yeah.
There's still time to fix things rather than you just going
Don't
for
be
it.
that person. Mess up and then just continue messing up because you think you can get ready for that one day, because that can slow you
Yeah.
down by 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6 weeks even. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, bringing that condition in is just, you just have to tap in. You get it.
It takes time.
But it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall back. It's okay
Exactly.
to fall off. You get it? Like, I've done it. I know I've done it. I put my hands up. You know what I mean? Like, we're human at the
We
end of
all
the
did
day.
it.
We're human. You get it? We're not robots.
Yeah.
But over time, it just becomes easier. And over time, you just stay locked into the goal mentally. You become stronger, less
Yeah.
emotional, and you just stay on top of your goals in it. So for anyone obviously out there, if you're going through it mentally, not even with training, with life, just remember, it's always life's always going to be up and it's always going to be down.
Yeah.
Like, I've been through it, like even outside the gym, you know what I mean? So it's always good to just have targets, have goals, and just work towards them, even if it takes time. So what? Just it just gives you that focus in it, and just always focus and just always do what you gotta do for yourself. You get it? So yeah.
What about like a physical aspects? So we talk about mental health, but how does that affect you physically?
Before I competed, I feel like I was more confident within myself, because
Okay.
you know, when you just stay the same over time and you're just lifting heavy weights and you're just loving life and you got nothing to like worry about. Whereas, like, see now, like, you know, when you push your body through the mud and you bring that condition, and then you come off and then you're on off season and you're just adding tissue and then the cuts are going. That kind of affects you a bit, because it's like, oh, I was looking good, but then you want to get stronger as well. Then you can't have two things at once. You get it?
Yeah.
And it's just like one of them ones. So
What about like, have you had any injury?
injury, yeah. I think
Okay.
I spoke about this in the podcast I did before. I broke my neck back in 2023 in the gym. Smith machine fell right on my neck. I'm talking 160 kilos, but because I was 110 kilos myself, the weight saved me. Like, my weight saved me. You get it? So I'm grateful. I'm always grateful, because that just turned my head into something else. When I got better, I said, look, now it's time to prep. Now it's time to put my head down. And I think that's why I did such a long prep last year, because I was just so
Yeah.
locked in. I needed to make back the losses in it. So
I feel like it's so important that people know like how long it takes to get back on track after you have an injury.
and it's not even that. It's just like, people don't see the work behind closed doors as well with a lot
Yeah.
of things. And I feel like that can mentally get to people as well. So like, if someone gives accusations about steroids or this and that or anything, or just taking a piss at it, they don't see the hard work. So you could upload a picture, but they don't know you've done 12 weeks of graft to upload that picture. You know what I mean? Like, you've done 12 weeks of like sticking to the plan, 12 weeks of doing this, and then you've uploaded a picture feeling confident and someone's chatting shit. It can put you down.
Yeah, it can.
It can put you down. Obviously, me
But at the
myself,
end
I
of the
don't
day,
let
you do it for yourself.
me myself, I don't let no Instagram stuff get to me. You get it? Like, I just laugh. I always laugh. I take the piss. I'll take the piss on myself. I don't care. You get it? I take the piss on myself. But for someone that will let that get to them, people need to understand that it can have a mental toll on people getting taken the piss out.
Yeah,
That's what I
takes
don't do.
on
It.
you.
I've never took the piss out of no one. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that. You get it?
It's
So
such a small community. It's like it's not even worth to be a prick.
yeah, man, just show support to everyone and show love to everyone, and just focus on yourself. And if you can work with other people, work with other people. If you can't just stay in your lane, just do your own thing in it. You know what I mean? That's what I do
Yeah.
anyway. So
Also, like work behind the stage. But there's different ways that you can approach bodybuilding, and I know a lot of people are gonna ask for shortcuts. What about
to be fair, when it comes to competitive bodybuilding, obviously it's cool. You get it? Like, obviously that's something needed to get to the high levels, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? So
As for the beginners, would you recommend starting off?
nah, I wouldn't
There
say
you
get
go.
on performance enhancements. Obviously, me myself, I've never took them, but obviously But you gotta remember, I've done only 3-4 years of being in a competitive side as well. Like I'm still figuring myself out what I want to do as I go up. You get it? But I feel like a lot of people just they do a cycle, they do 16, 20 weeks on a cycle, they come off, they look terrible, then they go back on and they get terrible because they're not actually having a good lifestyle. They're not actually all year round. You gotta be eating clean, you gotta train hard, you gotta love what you're doing. It don't force something that you don't want to do if you don't want to do just for the sake
I
of
believe like that is something that you implement afterwards, after you have your foundation, after you build the mass, after you have the density in the muscle.
I feel like
And that is like you reach your genetical potential and there's nothing more that you can play out of it. And this is where, okay, there's the time that I can decide if I want to go that path or not.
yeah, because it's like I've done 10 years now.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've still got
But you keep on progressing,
I
like,
feel like I've still got 2-3
yeah,
years left of
there you go.
showcasing my natural journey and just pushing to the limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's always space and time for that. You get it? So if you're a beginner and you're not looking to get on stage, don't take performance enhancements because it can affect you mentally as well. That's one thing people don't talk about, especially coaches. If someone's giving you performance enhancements and you're young, they don't care about your mental health. They're messing you up. They just want your money. They
It's not only your mental health, it's
they
your
want to tie you
organs,
in.
it's your hormonal
Yeah, and it's
imbalances,
like they
it's
want to
your
tie you
skin
in.
condition, it's everything.
Like they want to tie you in to their team, so they'll put you on gear because you don't know what you're taking. You don't know how to come off it or what you're gonna do to like rebound off it and come off slowly. You don't know that, so you know what I mean. So they'll do 16-week course, for example, then put you on a cruise and then slowly take you off.
Yeah.
They know that, so you're paying them for that. So once you're on, it's like
Yeah.
you're stuck with them, because if you don't listen to it and you don't do it, this is where your mental health kicks in.
Definitely. If I sign up to a coach and like the first year of coaching, he will tell me to go performance enhancement, I would be like, thank you very much. This is the door I'm walking out.
I've seen a lot of people's mental health change from performance enhancements as well, 100%. Like a few of my friends as well, I've seen take them and they've not been the same. They're like the mood swings, the overthinking, the self doubt, because especially if you're young and you've not allowed yourself to become more mature and grow, it can fully affect your brain, your hormones, everything in it. So I feel like if you're gonna take them, there's nothing against taking it. You get it. There's nothing, but just
At the
wait
end
for
of the
the
day,
right
it's your
time.
decision.
Your decision. You get it.
But it's not really recommended.
Not especially if you're young. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen guys 24 looking 45. You get it?
Speaking of the natural side of bodybuilding,
Yeah.
you've been natural the whole journey. How have you done this? How long did it take you? What is the difference? How do you think you would do it differently if you had the chance to take BD?
So obviously both require hard work in it. With obviously whether you're natural or you take performance enhancements. But I feel like when it comes to doing it naturally, it's a longer process from my own experience. Because obviously, when I'm on prep with my friends and they take performance enhancements and I'm not taking them, I'm dieting that bit longer. So like one of my friends will probably do an 18 to 22 week prep, whereas me myself I have to do minimum 24, 28 weeks and then 32, and then even then if I'm not feel like I'm not ready, pushing a bit further another 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? So like I feel like with natural bodybuilding, you have to diet that bit longer. You have to grow that, have a longer off season period as well. And it just, you know what I mean, it's a longer process. But obviously, like I said, they both are very hard in it, no matter whether you take performance or not.
Yeah.
Like they both require hard fucking work. You get it, both of them. Like it's, you know what I mean. So it's just one of them ones that even like yourself, you've done it. You know how it is. And I remember you last year. Like you were dieting to the ground, eating just lettuce and shit. Like
I'm very transparent about that. So I took enhancement performance drugs, and
but even then, you talk that
mainly
it's like you still had
it
to,
is still a hard
still had to
work.
put the maddest
It's
work in. You get it?
still a very low dosage to not have the side effects, the unwanted side effects that we all talk about. As for female bodybuilding, you don't even need that much. It's only for you to prevent the muscle loss. Especially as the first time competitor, we were trying to prevent as much muscle loss as we could. It is hard. It's probably the same journey. What makes a difference is probably getting the condition quicker, like you said.
Yeah.
It's maybe it will take me a couple more weeks to get the condition without the performance enhancement.
Yeah, 100%. Like you probably like I've seen guys get leaner quick to myself, but it's like mine. Just tap in. It didn't take me longer either way. I'm gonna get there, no matter how long it takes. But it's like this as well. Like if you implement a good lifestyle in general, whether you're competing or not. So like, say you have a good off season, and you just eat clean, and that's your day life.
Yeah.
When you're prepping, it's like you're not even dieting. That's something that
Yeah.
I did last season. So I think the first 28 to 30 weeks of my diet, I didn't feel it. It didn't affect me. I was losing the weight. Everything was just ball rolling. The last 4 weeks I was good this time. It was just the last 2 weeks, like, you know, when you're sitting down on your ass and you got no fat on there,
Yeah.
and it feels like you got a metal bump. You get it? Like that, then the dragging your legs
Yeah.
and the recovery time in the gym, all of that. This is where that mental, like we were speaking about mental health, that mental
It's
kicks
like
in.
people don't know that behind that picture looking so good, there's so much shit
They don't know I'm
happening.
having a panic attack taking that photo.
Yeah.
You get it? I'm having an anxiety
You
attack
probably
taking
were
that
taking
photo.
a
Blood.
picture looking like the best in your life. Have you not done that? You look the best in your life and you thought, I look crap.
Like,
I'm not lean enough. I'm not big enough. I look this. I look that. I
but
hate the picture.
you will always feel like that. You can be looking 0% body fat, for example, but you'll always
Yeah.
feel like you want. But that's just that hunger, innit? To just
Yeah.
always come in as best as you possibly can. You get it? And like, I feel like this prep that I did, like, see, my last prep I did, I never had no striations on my ass. And I thought to myself, yo, this is the year I'm going to make sure I see that. And I got below 80 kg. First time in my life, on my whole training career, everything, I hit underneath 80 kg. I think the lowest was 78 kilos. And that was because I just locked in. Like I said, you know, when you have a target and a goal and you stick to it, you will get
Yeah,
it done.
that's
You'll
it.
manifest it and you'll get it done. Because if you just wing it and say, yeah, I just want to get ready for a show and just not, but that's not you being hungry. You're not locked in. You have to lock in. You get it. Like, even when I done my first two shows, obviously third place, and then obviously I won the PCA one. After that, I still had adrenaline to do more. I said, you know what? Even if I don't compete, I just want to get even more shredded. I want to see steroids on my ass, and then I just dieted extra long, and then obviously come to a point where I ran myself to the ground. Then I had to jump in off season, but I hit what I needed to do. You get it? I won a show. I manifested winning a show. I finally got steroids on my ass, and then obviously from there, boom. I was just happy in it. Then I thought, that's enough for me now. Because if you set too much targets in one, you will crash. You get it. So now it's like you go back, you come out the box, you think of new ways to do things, and then hopefully now next season, hopefully God willing, we go for the pro card. You get it, and we just work hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Locking yourself in.
luck.
How to explain to people how to lock yourself in?
Like I just
What
said,
would you say?
like I just said, set targets in it.
Yeah.
So what I do, you don't have to be like, you see these guys on Instagram, they got these notebooks and they're ticking boxes and they're acting all robotic. You don't need to do that. Just be yourself. You get to be yourself. Be yourself.
But it's quite simple sometimes. The reason why I was said that it takes for you to say no to certain situations or certain people, this is about locking in. So me saying no to going out for food when I have to diet, it's me locking in.
But it's not even that. It's just routine. Give yourself a routine. Like, if you know you're doing a show, you know nothing else matters outside now. No social life matters, nothing. So you're waking up. If you got a day job, you're going to your day job. You got your food prepped. You're doing the day job. You're going gym. You're eating your food. You're ticking your boxes, and that's your life. That's what it takes in it to actually become. Obviously, if you got a wife, a girlfriend, a partner, obviously they have to be in the picture. You get it. You have to still be there for them, and they gotta understand your journey as well. Like, you can't be in a position of they don't get it, and then they don't understand why you're changing mentally. They don't understand why you're having mood swings and you're just angry for no reason because they gave you the wrong sock or something. You know what I mean? Like, you have to talk to the people that you love and care for as well about, okay, this is what I do, this is what I'm trying to do, and there'll be times where I'm like this. So they're already locked into your stuff as well, so they're already like accepting it. You know what I mean? That's what I feel on it. Like,
you don't ask people to understand it, you just ask people to support it. Just from the bench side, they're just,
like, people that don't do it won't understand it.
Yes, yeah. Well, they'll try to understand it, but that's why I said there's no point of trying to explain to people what it is and what it takes and why do I feel that way.
100%.
All you just need to ask it's just to, stay with
See,
me.
this is
support.
networking is important as well, like in this industry, because if you can network with people that are on a similar path to you and like
understand you on the prep at the same time as you,
it's
it's so
easier.
much helpful.
It's easier
Yes, it
because
is.
if you're with like,
This is how we met.
yeah, you know
This is
what I
how
mean?
we
Yeah.
met. So we prep at the same time. And we had each other on social media, fitness and bodybuilding community, especially. It's
Yeah, and
such
then
a small
obviously
community.
we started training, got, like, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
become friends
so
from them.
I will see him on the story struggling, or we'll ask each other questions like, "How's your prep? How many weeks you got out? Like,
I feel like,
when's the
you know
show?
this
Good
as well.
luck." And
You feel like you know this. You know when you're on prep, you become very friendly with other bodybuilders.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
want to make friends.
Yeah.
You just want to.
Just because
you
they
want
are
that
the people
comfort.
that like understand you 100%. Like you need to explain anything to them. They just know how it feels to go through the same path.
Like I had so much best friends on prep. Now off season's over. I don't want to speak to these people. I'm sorry, but it's like your brain, you just adapt to what
Yeah.
other
I
people are
feel like
doing
you
as
just
well.
crave those connections.
It's like a boxer would only have a friend as a boxer whilst training because they're both doing the same thing and they can just
Yeah.
vibe off it. Same with bodybuilding. You want to have people that understand and get you. Because if you don't have that, it's just going to be difficult, innit? That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So I know you come from Poland, innit? So what was the first gym you ever trained in Birmingham?
So, well, actually, well, I used to train at commercial gyms. I used to go to like Pure Gym and the gym, and I did not know much about gyms, different gyms, and all. What's the
What was the
difference?
first what was the first bodybuilding style gym you went to then?
Yeah, so this is where I got into Ultimate Fitness. Shout out to
Yeah,
Simon.
big up Simon.
And this is where I met my coach, Joanna. And this is how the journey started. This is when I got to see these people, how they train. And I was just observing from the side and being like, this is how I want to look like. Like, I'm going to approach that woman, Joanna, and I'm going to be like, I want to look like you. What does it take? And
I
this
feel
is
like
how it
this is why it's
started.
good to like go to these type of gyms. Like you network, you start understanding stuff. Like from where I started off was a gym called Muscle Club, my boy's gym, Dean, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just a small gym behind like a chip shop, and it's just like members only private. You get it, and that's where I started. So it took me a lot to come out of that, then slowly go to another gym, 18Y. I done 2-3 years there. So only now recently since I started competing and that is where I started going to more gyms and started to network after I'm talking 7, 8 years, 9 years of training.
Yeah.
Like that's because I genuinely love training. I'm not in it for like making friends and all of that.
Yeah.
I just want to train. I
Yeah.
just want to fix myself, build my physique in it. And that's how I've always been. Just I do what I need to do for myself. But then now it's like, okay, I want to network with other people, see where they're at and try train with them and work with them. And you know what I mean? Not just like, you get it, like anyone.
Yeah, that's absolutely
And
true.
it's just one of them ones. So yeah, literally, obviously, Ultimate as well. I've seen you as well. We trained.
Yeah, I train at Flex Fitness, which is like right by my
Flex, yeah, I was at Flex for about a year as well. Sal and obviously them man as well. Always showing love, you get it. So
yeah.
I was at Flex for a bit. Like this is where I started networking, going to different gyms, see where I fitted in it. I started my prep at 18 wide, first one back in 22, and I stayed there. And then this is where you started meeting new friends in it. I started meeting new friends in my life and that gym guys and outside whatever cool. And then you just start training and boom. Eventually you just go back to yourself and
It's like you build a small community, like a circle of people that you know, and they go different gyms, and then you can share your experience, different machines. It's like a playground, and you unlocking a new level.
I think the best gym in Birmingham for me is Ultimate Fitness.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
18Y Gym Mosley.
Yeah,
They're the top two for me because they're both got equipment that I've not seen in other gyms. You get it? Like I think the one in Mosley, they've got American style machines that other gyms I haven't seen. And even Ultimate Fitness, their leg equipment's sick. Their back machines are sick. And obviously even the owner, like Simon, I've known him since like 2018, 2017. You get man, he's always shown love. So yeah, man, big up Ultimate as well.